earlier in our series on the lawcyprus.org website, as well as now Cyprus Lawyers Co-UK. This is Mr Giovannis Kouzalis from Paralimni, from the A&G Kouzalis Law Office, and G Kouzalis LLC. Expanding definitely. Today we're going to be talking about bridging the gap between the UK and Cyprus. We've launched a website called Cyprus Lawyers Co-UK. Can you tell us something about it, Mr. Kouzalis?
Fred, it's always a pleasure to have you here. I'm very glad you're giving us this opportunity to explain to our distinguished friends certain procedures in Cyprus. People have the idea and the feeling that Cyprus law is exactly the same and Cyprus procedures are exactly the same as they are in the UK. Sometimes we are similar, but there's nothing alike. First of all, everything here is so slow, unfortunately. This is why we're here, to go through the process and explain to people that moving over or having the opportunity to come to Cyprus will not always be an easy task. Certain things that they have to be aware, try to help them, help our distinguished clients in order to smoothen their procedure, and of course, when they're coming over, to face less problems in order to have an easy life over here.
Look, it's a very big difference coming from the UK to an island where the population is so small and things work differently. It took me about 3 years to find my feet in Cyprus, because your whole way of thinking changes, your whole way of doing things change, and the procedures are different.
Of course, and though everybody in Cyprus speaks English, when you're dealing with the government, you face a big call and a big barrier. Sometimes you get officials that they are willing to help you, but if you don't speak a single word of Greek, that's definitely something which is not going to help you. As I said, especially with the governmental office, and of course municipalities and local authorities.
You know what I find is that when I try and speak Greek, I get a very positive response, and they try and speak English, and between the two of us, we then communicate. You need to show them respect by trying to speak the language, and then in return they'll show you respect by helping you in a bit of English that they might know.
In our tradition, it's an honor when somebody says something in Greek. So if it's a single word, or a greeting or something, please use it, because you will ease your way into the system. That's definitely something which is going to help you. Moving on, court cases in Cyprus, slow procedure, so be aware of that. Do not end up on the court proceedings. We will help you if you need to go through the courts, but we will always advise our clients to find a solution outside the court when it's possible, of course, in order to avoid that 2.5, 3 years waiting to finalize a case. So what we say, yes, our legal system is the same with the UK, but slow procedures again. Be aware of the taxes in Cyprus. There are certain VAT refunds. In a way, it's not a VAT refund, it's calculated through the VAT. So people should be aware of that. There is an immovable property tax every year. There is storage system tax every year. And even if you get the property because you haven't got the title deed and the developer doesn't let you know about those things, not only you have to pay them in a lump sum after 2, 3, 4 years, you will have to pay the interest on those, though it wasn't your fault. So every single year, ask the developer about your taxes, you pay them on time, so you don't have to pay the interest on that. Banking. Be aware of the banks, without prejudice, of course, I have to say that. The banking system in Cyprus is not as clear as it is in the UK. Get to know your contracts, deal with your bankers on a private level, find out what's going on.
Always ask about an overdraft renewal fee or review fee. Watch out for that one.
Even when they send me the checkbooks for the client's account, I have to pay €8 on every single, or a bit more than that. Yeah. Things like that, the banks, they're not as they're supposed to be, or they're not as you're expecting things.
We used to.
Yeah, exactly as it used to in Cyprus. Medical things. We have a good, similar to NHS system, we have a good system here, but you have to get the proceedings, we have to arrange things to happen the proper way, get to speak to somebody from any office, from our office if you were with us, to give you precisely the information how you move on. You need to be registered.
That is a procedure.
You have to be registered.
Definitely.
Yes, and we will help you to be registered. With immigration offices, you have to be registered again. It's slow, they will request so many documents and then they will ask again. Come through us, go through your solicitor, and they will explain and they will give you the nice procedure so you can avoid the big mess. You can organize this before you come over.
I know. You will save yourself at least 3 years of settling in time and getting used to your surroundings and the systems by using a solicitor like yourself and your firm to do it for you or to guide you in the right way. Otherwise you go around everywhere bumping your head, tripping over the system and being very frustrated. Rather enjoy coming to Cyprus than
it becomes a nightmare.
Of course. Some issues, I know. I've experienced issues like that because I arrived without a good solicitor on my side.
You need a good solicitor, you need a good banker, you need a good accountant as well. But before you come over here, let us help you to do your own due diligence to make sure you don't suffer. Because it's a shame to sell all your property over there, to move into Cyprus, and then facing all these difficulties. So give us the opportunity. Because there's tiny little things like importing a car. It can be a nightmare. And it is a nightmare, which is a simple, easy procedure.